Alright guys, welcome back to another Cobblemon guide video. This one's going over how to EV train your Pokemon properly so that they can look like this. As you can see, I have 252 in special attack, 252 in speed, and my remaining 6 in HP. I don't have any unwanted EVs. Everything is all good. So in this video, I'll be going over the items you might need in order to train your EVs, which Pokemon you may need to fight in order to train your EVs properly, and how to lower unwanted EVs. Now, once again, remember, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'll be posting more guides like this regularly, so you guys won't have to go into your playthrough blind and without any knowledge on what you need to be doing. With that being said, let's get right into the video. First things first, we're going to go over the EV training items. So these are held items that you're going to need if you want to train your EVs manually through battling Pokemon. So all of these items can be crafted. The Destiny Knot and the Everstones are not EV training items, just your power items. So the power weight will increase your HP by 8 every time you defeat a Pokemon. The anklet will do speed. The band will do special defense. The lens will do special attack. The bracer will do attack. And the belt will do defense. Now, in order to craft these, you need to have a crafting table, and if you're using the Cobbleverse mod pack like me, you can just search up recipes. So we'll do the bracer. So all the recipes will look like this. They'll need 4 pieces of concrete of any color, 2 diamonds, and 2 mints of their designated color. So you're gonna need the mints that affect the stat of the one item that you want to make. So the red mints will affect your Pokemon's attack stat. They make the attack EV training item. So if you wanted to make something like the anklet, it's the exact same items except the mints are different colors. So you need the green mint because they affect speed, and that will allow you to make the speed EV training item. So in order to get these mints, unfortunately they're not craftable, and you'll have to find a mint merchant, which can spawn in villages with department stores. I will show you what he looks like right now. So here we are at the mint merchant. He sells pink, cyan, blue, red, and white. So as you can tell, he doesn't have the green mints that you need. But you can also find different mint merchants around different villages, and they will be selling different types of mint. Now, you can only buy 5 of each mint from per vendor. So you will have to find other vendors if you need more of these. But each power item only requires 2 of each color of mint, so you should be okay. Otherwise, let's get back into the rest of the video. Another merchant that can help you with training your EVs is going to be the pharmacist. You can also find these in villages with department stores in them. So they're quite expensive, but they do increase your EVs by 10. So if you're doing, like, you know, a speed sweeper, you'll need 26 proteins and 26 carboses, right? If it's a physical attacker. Otherwise, you'll need calcium and carbose if it's a special attacker. So that's gonna run you around 500k Pokeyen. It's quite expensive to do it this way. You can also get vitamins from looting things like strongholds, temples, and any really like pre-built structure. You can also find them all around villages, like in chests and stuff. So eventually you'll build up to have quite a few, and you can train your team up. But this is the most expensive way. to do it. But there's one more merchant that we have to go take a look at. So here we are at the Mochi Merchant. So the Mochi Merchant will sell you items that can raise your EVs as well. Much cheaper, but you're getting less than half the amount of EVs that you would from the vitamins. This is a little bit of a better option if you need to save some money, but you only get to buy 5 per merchant as well. They can also be found in villages with department stores. I would say that this is most likely your worst method of increasing the IVs. The mochis can be made in a cooking pot, so there's that, and I will go over their crafting guide right now. So you can make your mochis. Oh, the cooking pots are quite buggy, I will say. So we'll just search it up here. Beautiful. Alright, so you'll need hardy grain, honey bottle, and the specific berry of which EV you're trying to raise. So in this case, for the resist mochi, raises your Pokemon's defense, you need a Qualot berry. But for something like the swift one, which increases your speed, you need a tomato berry. And so on. All different berries, but hardy grain and honey bottles. Both very cheap to get. And they make you 3. So you can craft mochis and get the EVs you want as well. I'm pretty sure you can craft vitamins as well. So let's see. Yes, you can. They require a lot more resources, so you'll need blaze powder. If you play on peaceful, like I'm doing in my run through, just because with the Cobbleverse mod pack, it doesn't really suggest playing with mobs. You can only get blaze powder through going to the nether and fighting fire type Pokemon, as well as fighting trainers in the nether. Those will give you blaze. They'll drop you blaze rods that you can make into blaze powder. You'll need 3 PP ups, which is extremely expensive, and then a Kelpsy berry. I mean, these are easy enough to get, but just to make 3 proteins, this is really expensive, the PP ups. I would say mochis are your better option, or just outright buying them from the pharmacist. So now that we've gone over how to craft the items that you need in order to train your EVs, I'm going to go over the Pokemon you need to fight in order to train your EVs as well. So guys, we're going to go over the Pokemon that will yield you your EVs. So we'll start with the special attack because I have them at the top here. So Gengar. Gengar will yield you 3 special attack EVs, while Haunter will yield you 2, and Ghastly will give you 1. Same thing with Magnemite. Magnemite will give you 1. Magneton will give you 2, and Magnezone will give you 3. Abra will give you 1. Kadabra will give you 2. Alakazam will give you 3. Now, down to special defense. We have Florges, Dusknoir, Tentacruel. Same deal. The first evolution will give you 1, the second 2, the third 3. With Tentacruel, I believe that Tentacruel will yield you 3, and then Tentacool will yield you 1. So there's no middle stage for the 2. Florges will yield you 3, Dusknoir 3. Then defense, you have Steelix, Skarmory, and Aggron. Skarmory will give you 3. There's no evolution, so it will give you 3. Aggron will give you 3. Steelix will give you 3. So that is your defense EV Pokemon that you need to be battling, their evolution lines. Now for HP, you have Chansey, Azumarill, and Wigglytuff. These guys will all give you 3 HP. So for attack, we have Machamp, Shinx, Rampardos. Luxray will give you 3, but Shinx will give you 1. And these 2 will give you 3 attack EVs as well. And now down to speed, we have Pidgey, Magikarp, Rattata, and Zubat. So these are all the Pokemon that you'll be battling for your EVs. Other Pokemon will yield you EV as well, but these, from what I know, are the most consistent for getting you the ones that you want. Most of these are pretty easy to find out in the wild. I see tons of Meryl. I see tons of Hapinis out. I don't really see that much Jigglypuffs or Igglybuff. Yeah, that's the first evolution. Rampardos. This is going to be difficult because he is a fossil Pokemon and is very rarely found in the wild. But Machop, Machoke, Machamp, and Shinx, very easy to find. Your defense and your special defense are going to be extremely easy. Go to any ocean biome. You'll see millions of these. Go to any biome in general. You'll see plenty of errands. In caves, you'll find tons of Onyx. These guys are also extremely easy. Gengar, you will see tons of Ghastlies and Haunters in the cave. Magnemite, also in caves. Abra, any field biome, you'll find them like crazy. Magikarp, ocean, he's there. Zubat, caves, he's there. Field, Rattata, and Pidgey, you'll find him. Very easy to find most of these Pokemon. The only ones that I haven't seen a lot of is got to be Wigglytuff and Rampardos. So mix these with your EV training items like your power band or bracer, any of your power items, and you'll yield about 11 EVs per battle, which is pretty good. So yeah, better than spending 10k on proteins every time and waiting for mochis to craft. But with that being said, that's really all there is to EV training. I can go over how to with that being said, that's really all there is to the actual act of EV training your Pokemon. There's one more thing I'm going to go over, and it should be pretty helpful. Alright guys, I almost forgot, but now I'll be going over how to lower unwanted EVs on the Pokemon. So, you've got your different types of berries here. Kelpsie Berry will cover your attack EVs. Greppa Berry will cover your special defense. Hondu will cover your special attack. Tomato will cover your speed. Pomeg will cover your HP. And Qualot will cover your defense. So, these berries can be fed to your Pokemon to lower their EVs by 10 and also raise their friendship. So they're pretty good for Pokemon like Woobat or Sylveon, Espeon, Umbreon in raising friendship as well as lowering EVs. Be wary though, Pokemon have a fullness meter that you can see over here in other, and I think that they'll be completely full after feeding them 4 berries. So if you give them 4 berries, they'll be full, so you can lower their EV by 40. And then you'll have to do a couple battles with them in order to lower their fullness bar back down and feed them again. So you can't just spam them with EV lowering berries to raise their friendship and stuff. Like, you need to wait for a period of time. But yeah, so these are the berries you need. They're very easy to farm. It's just like planting any other Minecraft crop. You just get your hoe and pick a patch of grass, and you can just take the berry and put it there, and it'll grow a new berry tree. So very easy. These are the easiest items to get out of all the ones that I've listed in the video. But yeah, so we'll move on to the next point. So we're here at Pokemon Database, and this website will allow you to see the stats of different Pokemon. So right now we're looking at Sylveon because this is the last Pokemon that I looked at. Um, so when we look at Sylveon, we can see that its speed is not that great. Its special defense is amazing, and its special attack is good, like pretty good. So you want to train your EVs based off of these stats here. So I would not put speed EVs on a Sylveon normally. There are competitive strategies that work with it, but this is not really a competitive game. This is like for fun and you're battling NPCs. So I would highly suggest putting special attack and HP on your Sylveon, or putting special attack and then splitting special defense and HP on them instead, just in case you want that extra boost. Or if you're really worried about the low defense, you can do special attack and defense as your EVs. This would help your defense stat a little bit since you already have a great special defense stat. Now, this website's really good. You can search up any Pokemon you want. Like, what's something tons of people like? Tons of people like Gengar, right? So we'll go see. It's got its own like whole search system. It's crazy, honestly. But anyways, we're at Gengar here. So as you can see, he has a spectacular special attack and a really high speed. So we just go speed special attack for this guy. No matter what you do anywhere else, he'll get one shot regardless. So you just want him to hit first in one shot. You know what I mean? So yeah, make sure you're basing your EVs off of your original stats. You don't just want to give a Pokemon HP, or like you don't want to give a Pokemon like Gengar attack when he's a special attacker, right? So this website's very helpful if you want to know where to start. If you have like all the things you need in order to EV train, this website's great. You can see what the stats are and where you should be putting your EVs so that your Pokemon will perform the best that they can. So with all that being said, that is the end of this tutorial. If you guys enjoyed it and you learned something, please make sure to like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. I will also be posting tons of other guides like this, as time goes on. But yeah, if I missed anything, please comment and correct me. Really, I'm not too worried, but this video is meant to help people, so if there are any questions left unanswered, I will try my best. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and that will be the end of it. Catch you guys in the next one.